In the second half, I think they got a spark from an unusual source, really, in Lance Dunbar, the running back that came in. You know, it wasn't DeMarco Murray, it was Dunbar in the third quarter that broke off that long run, as you saw in the highlight, and also averaged around 10 yards a carry in the third quarter. I think that was the spark that they needed. Also, in the third quarter, a critical third down conversion, a little check down at Jason Witten. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's able to move the chains, which led to an early fourth quarter touchdown. So they needed a spark in that game in the second half somehow, some way, and they got it from those players.
That's what the offense did differently. What did the defense do differently after they gave Oakland 21 points and then only gave up a meaningless field goal?
Yeah, very surprised. This defense has struggled versus the run and the pass, giving up yards hand over fist lately this year. But you saw Rashad Jennings only with 35 yards rushing. I thought Jason Hatcher along that defensive front really played solid, made a tackle for a loss, made a presence felt, held his gap in that one-gap system. Jason Hatcher, a very valuable player in this game for the Dallas Cowboys.
Tony Romo improves to 24-5 in his career in the month of November. What did you think of his performance today?
I thought he did well. I think the Raiders did a great job of keeping him off the field in the first half. I mean, it took a little while for the Cowboys to stop getting in their own way with the turnover on the kickoff, their inability to stop the Oakland Raiders on third down. I thought McGloin showed some good things in the first half, making throws to convert on third down. But the more Tony Romo got his opportunities, the more he was able to settle in. Attempted to get the ball to Des Bryant. He's still such a volatile player. I mean, he put the ball on the ground again, but he ended up scoring that touchdown. So Tony Romo settled down and ended up finding Jason Witten, Des Bryant, and also that running game was really crucial for the Dallas Cowboys in this game.
The Cowboys improved to 7-5 this season. They haven't had a winning record since 2009. Now atop the NFC East alone, ahead of the Eagles, which are just a half game back at 6-5. What do you make of the rest of the way for Dallas?
I still think it's going to be a struggle until they get Sean Lee back, really. Defensively, I know they did some good things versus the Oakland Raiders, especially in the run game, but Sean Lee, they need that inside linebacker to really recover from that hamstring injury. They get him going, they start having a little bit more success. He's like their quarterback on defense. They're without him right now. If he comes back, I think they'll be a much better defensive unit. And Tony Romo, he seems to be making those plays. I mean, I know you want to wait till the critical games in late December and all of that, but still, he's a top 10 quarterback in this league. He continues to make solid plays as long as he finds those players. And hopefully Dunbar, hopefully he's not hurt too bad, because I really like him as a changeup for DeMarco Murray. So he did a great job with that, also running the ball and being the spark in that third quarter.
Here you look at the standings. The play calling has grabbed some headlines recently. What did you make of the play calling on offense for the Cowboys today?
I had no problem with the play calling. It's a lot easier to call the plays when you're able to run the football and be successful at the line of scrimmage. That offensive line really dominated them. The Oakland Raiders, it looked like they wore down really up front. I mean, they started tackling more with their arms in the second half, started missing tackles. You know, the defensive backs had to come up and make plays. So I think that was the biggest thing, the success of the offensive line and how they dominated up front.
You mentioned Dunbar and the success he had on the ground, but DeMarco Murray was the one who found the end zone 3 times. Only Emmitt Smith, the only other running back in Cowboys history to score 3 times on Thanksgiving.
I think you're real thankful if you have DeMarco Murray on your your fantasy football team. He helped out a lot. Didn't have a lot of production in terms of, I mean, it wasn't a 150-yard game or anything like that, but he turns into that downhill runner. If he can get those positive yards, especially in the red area, and finish those drives for the Dallas Cowboys, I think that was critical for their success today.